Hello, everyone. My name is Don Young, and I'm the current president of the Monitoring Association. I was kindly invited by David Carter to speak to all of you about a recent donation that Net1 made to our organization above and beyond the normal dues that Net1's paid every year. It was an extremely pleasant surprise to go ahead and receive that donation, and David asked if I could just take a few minutes to try to explain to all of you where the money is going to go. When I came in as president a couple of years ago, I had three main priorities, if you will, I wanted to try to make a dent on in the 2 years that I served. One was standards, the second one was ASAP to PSAP, and the third was FirstNet. On the standard side, we've done some really good intentional work on what we call the AVS-01 standard, which is a new way of trying to score intrusion alarms in an effort to try to help first responders maybe prioritize the response based on the way we score that alarm. It requires a number of additional sources of data and collaboration between first responders and industry members, and there's just been a lot of great work that's gone towards trying to get this across the finish line. And of course, that takes more than just volunteers to try to go and get that completed. And whether it's staff members or whether it's investing in communication methods, that some of that money will go towards getting that standard across the finish line. So in addition, there's some standards that were actually forced upon us by COVID. The work from home standard, the one that we're all living under right now, was one that quickly required engagement from our staff and again from some volunteers to, number one, try to get the definition correct, get coordinated and collaborate with UL, get it advertised to our members, and also to go ahead and pursue a more sustainable version of the standard, a more permanent version of the standard, which we're in the middle of working on right now. And that all takes time, energy, effort, and yes, takes some additional cash. But nonetheless, really grateful that we'll have some additional funding towards those things. I would offer that the majority of the funding is likely going to be spent on our ASAP to PSAP platform. We've enjoyed the comfort of ASAP to PSAP for a number of years. It's been a reliable platform for us. At the time we first rolled it out, the technology was state of the art. But since then, it's understandably gotten a little bit long in the tooth. And we've recently began upgrading the technology so that way it's sustainable in the years to come. And that upgrade work has cost a considerable amount of money. As a matter of fact, it cost so much that there was an actual loan taken out by our ASAP segment, if you will, from TMA. Well, the funding that was provided by Net1 recently will help go towards trying to pay off some of that debt towards ASAP, reduce the burden, improve the technology, like I mentioned before, and make it sustainable for all of our behalf in the future. So really grateful to have that funding for that purpose. Even though FirstNet was another priority, I feel that there's a lot more work there that I would have preferred to have gotten done by now, and we'll continue to make an effort. But that requires a lot of understanding and communication with the manufacturers to get them, on board with what our appetites are to go ahead and deploy that kind of service. Some of the funding will go towards our advertising and marketing of FirstNet, but probably a smaller portion in compared to the other two things I mentioned already. We have other initiatives at TMA that are very important to our value proposition to our members. We have IQ certification. We've got 5 Diamond. We offer online courses to our members. Those things all require content to be created, whether it's from our staff or from third parties. Again, that requires additional funding. We're going to continue to go and invest in those platforms to make sure that we continue to keep our certification requirements up to speed with the times. And I would offer, this last item that is also very important and absorbs cash is our lobbying effort. We partner with SEAC and in some cases some other organizations to contribute, call it our fair share from TMA towards those lobbying efforts that are important to all of us here on the call. By way of example, AICC, which is a division within TMA, has been sponsoring a lobbying effort to try to challenge the sunset date that AT&T has given all of us to try to go in and replace all the 3G radios out there, our AT&T 3G radios, by February of next year. I think all of us would agree that we've sustained some very challenging headwinds, whether it was COVID first, followed recently by supply chain challenges, and it requires funding for these lobbying efforts to try to go in and get AT&T's attention, and hopefully give them some pause and give them an incentive or a reason to consider delaying the sunset. No promises on the outcome there. Some things are investments or bets. I personally think, and I think I'm in good company with others, that we are making some good headway on this one, and I think it is a wise use of our cash for now to try to go ahead and pursue this. And I hope that all of you feel the same way. I'm welcome to take any kind of questions granted after this meeting. And I appreciate the time that you've given me, and I certainly appreciate the donation that you've provided to TMA. Enjoy the rest of your meeting. Thank you.